What's going on, YouTubers? Guddang775, just the Molly Boy in Texas, back with another video. Today I want to talk about my E3 opinions. Basically, not Microsoft, because I already did my E3 opinions for Microsoft, but everything else about the conference, all the conferences that I caught live, and some of the after stuff that happened after, like the Inside Xbox. Like I watched Inside Xbox after the conference of Microsoft's conference the day after. I saw the Bethesda conference, I saw the Square Enix conference, I saw the Ubisoft conference, and of course I saw the Sony conference, Nintendo conference, as well as, I think those are the only the conferences I saw. I'm pretty sure those are all it. And Inside Xbox. I did catch Inside Xbox after. So first off, my opinions on the other conferences. So Microsoft was first out of the gate, and they kind of set a high bar for the rest of the conference to follow. Now, they did not show any groundbreaking new exclusives, but there were a few exclusives in there. Tunic, you got Sessions, Ashen's probably gonna have a release date this fall or this winter. It's coming day and date to Game Pass, and folks don't know what Ashen is. I had a buddy there at E3, and they were playing. I'm gonna put my phone to silent. And they were playing Ashen, and it sort of kind of reminded them of, I don't know. We all use Dark Souls for everything. I mean, it's Dark Souls like, and he said it was hard. And it was coming to Game Pass day and date. Now I don't know if it's multiplayer, but I'm assuming it is. But Xbox got some exclusives on the way. Not to mention Forza Horizon 4 launching day and date with Game Pass. Now, you got other games. Let's start with Bethesda, okay? I want to talk about Bethesda. Bethesda's conference was actually the second favorite conference there, okay? Bethesda showed off Rage 2, which I'm hyped for. Rage 2 looks fan-freaking-tastic. Rage 2 kind of reminds me of Borderlands. Like Borderlands and, what do you call that? Doom. You mix them together. And that's what Rage 2 is, and it looks fantastic. That's a day one purchase for me, Rage 2. Let's see, what else? Doom Eternal. That one was like, whoo! I never got to play 2016 Doom. I think I am way overdue for playing the 2016 Doom. I am gonna pick it up before this Doom Eternal comes out. I'm gonna get into Doom Eternal, and they also talked about Fallout 76, and of course Fallout 76 on the Bethesda stage. They showed off more of the multiplayer, which just pulled me in, okay? Totally day one on the game. Now, I missed out on the Power Armor Helmet Edition. I almost bought it. But then again, I remember the last time I bought the Special Edition Pip-Boy, it was really gimmicky and generic and plasticky. So I'm hoping this Fallout 4 helmet thing is not the case. It's like a real deal solid looking helmet that you can wear and stuff. But I decided to hold off on it. I am getting the game though. I am getting Fallout 76, and they tease Starfield and of course Elder Scrolls 6. Now I don't care for that online thing Bethesda did, but for the most part Bethesda was my second favorite conference out of E3. Okay, then came the Sony conference the following day. Well, actually Square Enix I think was first, and yeah, I couldn't make it past Square Enix conference. I think the first 10 minutes I turned it off. Then I heard through word of mouth on Twitter, on YouTube, they said it was hot garbage. So, and that pretty much confirmed it. They pretty much showed everything what they showed on like Microsoft stage, Shadow of the Tomb Raider and whatnot. It wasn't, I mean, Square Enix was probably, they had the worst E3 conference out there so far. That's in my opinion. Now, these are my opinions, okay? Let me reiterate, these are my opinions, not yours, okay? So if you get butthurt, I hurt your feelings and whatnot, remember, it's just my opinions, okay? And then I caught the Sony conference. Don't mind that. Get out of here, you little cat. Little bastard. No, but then I caught the Sony conference, and let me tell you what. The games, there were 4 games in the Sony conference that caught my eye. Ghost of Tsushima, The Last of Us 2, Resident Evil 2 Remake, and Spider-Man. Those 4 games was it. Okay, those 4 games look pretty good to me. 3 of those games are day 1 buys. Resident Evil 2 Remake, you got, but then again, I'm picking that up on the Xbox One X since it's coming to Xbox One. Might as well get it for the most powerful system out there. Console-wise, I'm not talking PC, guys. I'm not talking PC. Don't get all butthurt, PC Master Race. And Last of Us 2 and Ghost of Tsushima also are going to be day 1 buys for me. Those games look fantastic. By far, Last of Us 2 is probably the best looking game of the show so far. Now, what I've been hearing, something that could rival Last of Us 2 is Cyberpunk. I mean, a lot of it, they said it was crazy looking good. It's a cross between a whole bunch of different games. But Last of Us 2, it does look fan-freaking-tastic, and Sony's got a hit on its hands. Probably going to be the game of the year when it comes out, whenever. See, that's the thing about the Sony conference. The only release date they showed of the games that I liked was, what do you call that? Oh, I think Resident Evil 2 had a release date. I forgot. I'll leave a release date down here if Resident Evil 2 got one. I can't remember. I'm doing this off the top of my head. No, I have no writing anything anywhere. I'm just talking through my top of my head. No release dates for Ghost of Tsushima, Last of Us 2, and that UPS post office postal courier walking simulator Death Stranding. Death Stranding is totally off my list. That game looks like, well, it looks good, but to me it feels like garbage. It does. I don't give a rat's rip about Death Stranding. I mean, I don't know what Hideo Kojima was doing when he built this game, but it certainly doesn't appeal to me. And not to mention the fact that the rest of Sony's conference was pretty much garbage. I mean garbage. My opinion, don't get butthurt, folks. My opinion, it was garbage. Like, the transitioning, it's like they showed off The Last of Us 2. Sure, it was badass. They showed it off in this, like, church setting, and it kind of matched the fit, okay? And they had people standing up in the background. There are a few people, they had a few pews in the front sitting down. And then they had like a 30-minute podcast. They talked about COD. They gave away COD 3 on PlayStation Plus, which is a good thing. You know, if you got PlayStation Plus, you go ahead and download it right now. I think it's still up for download. The thing is, if you're watching this on Mixer like I was, it was garbage. I mean, the way they put like a 30-minute or 20-minute podcast in between showing the games, but they were ushering people into a arena to where they could actually show the rest of their games. So it didn't sit well with people at home, and not only people at home, folks who were there, Angry Joe and whatnot, they were tweeting about it, how they're having audio issues and whatnot, and multiple people came away thinking, with opinions that Sony did horrible this year at E3, and I agree with that. They did. Okay, they did show off two of the most, I think, two of the best looking games that they showed off at E3. That's my opinion now, not yours, okay? Xbox guys, don't get mad at me. Okay, I'm an Xbox guy. Hands down. The thing is, those two games look freaking badass. And also are day one buys. So, but when you compare to what Microsoft showed and Bethesda showed, I like those two conferences better than the Sony conference. Bethesda more than Sony's conference, and Microsoft better than Bethesda and Sony's conference. Basically, Microsoft was my favorite E3 conference so far this year. It was. Okay, then I caught the Nintendo conference and the Ubisoft conferences. Let me start with Ubisoft. Ubisoft is releasing a bunch of games. They got a lot. I think Starfield? No. I get it confused with Bethesda's Starfield game. Starlink. That one looks pretty good. That's called my Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Man, I mean, people upset about Anthem not having romances. I mean, Assassin's Creed Odyssey will be your game this year, because Assassin's Creed Odyssey, not only does it have Assassin's Creed Origins similar type gameplay, you're gonna be able to romance whoever you want in the game, and you can split up relationships and whatnot. So kind of Ubisoft's kind of barring that BioWare relationship thing, because Anthem's not gonna have like a romance coming out. Well, not at launch, but it's not having a romance system so far, and it doesn't have one built into place. But Assassin's Creed Odyssey does, so I think I'm excited. I'm probably gonna pick up Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Day one, maybe not, but I'm guaranteed he's gonna get it this year. See what else games Ubisoft showed off. I was disappointed, no Splinter Cell. Let's see what else. And they talked about like the Division 2. I don't know, man. The Division 2. Now the good thing is there's a trend right now on all of these games that are popping up. That a lot of games are gonna have free content, like free DLC, no season pass, free DLC, Division, free updates for a year, something like that. The Division 2, I should say. I don't know about Dying Light. I'm confused about Dying Light. Is Dying Light Ubisoft? I think so. I don't think so. I'm confused. They showed that off on Microsoft stage. I know that. Oh, well, I'm confused. I can't remember. No, but the Division 2 is getting free content. Battlefield 5 has no DLC, no splitting up of the community. There's a lot of pro-consumer, pro-gamer things going on right now, especially with EA's Battlefront and Anthem's going on forward. Now the thing is, Call of Duty, the lone holdouts, those guys, they got season passes up the yin yang, and DLC content, and that stuff, it's expensive. I think it's like, what, 120 US dollars, 130? I don't know how much the price is for everything, but it's expensive. So, yeah, I kind of like how this trend is going with the free DLC content and whatnot. So, but yeah, Ubisoft conference is kind of like, I like Sony's conference slightly better than Ubisoft's. I don't know why. It should be the other way around, because Ubisoft did show a lot of games like the Crew 2 and whatnot. They showed a lot of stuff, okay? And I think quantity over quality, well, in this case, quantity does help, okay? I like to see new types of games coming out and whatnot. So let's see, what else games that, what else conference? Oh, Nintendo conference. And, you know, don't get me wrong, Nintendo is a great console, they're a great company. The thing is, this conference has showed me nothing, no reason, I have no reason to buy a Nintendo Switch anytime soon. Okay? The first game they showed off, the Demons thing, whatever, Demons, this robot game kind of reminded me of Virtual On. Folks don't know what Virtual On. It was back on, I think was it the Dreamcast? I think Virtual On was on the Dreamcast. And it was back in the arcades, back in the 90s. You know, you get into those cockpit units and you're playing those robots. You know, you can choose different robots and whatnot. So that Demon, I forgot the name of the game. The name of the game will be right here. That's the only game that appealed to me. I don't care for Super Smash Brothers. I don't care for the rest of the games Nintendo showed. So it was a fail for me for Nintendo. I just don't care for Nintendo games. I'm getting up there in age, and I don't care for Nintendo games. So I mean, maybe later I will get a Nintendo Switch console for my daughter. Maybe later, because I just can't get into any of those Nintendo games. Hence why I did not finish watching the Nintendo conference. I mean, I pretty much turned it off. Once they were talking about Smash Brothers, I mean, I think that was the last game they talked about Smash Brothers. It went in forever. They talked about every single thing, every character and whatnot. So maybe 10 minutes into that, I stopped watching Nintendo conference. So, but so far, E3, okay, with the amount of games they've shown, I think it's a great year to be. I think it's a great year for gamers, especially come next year. We're gonna get killed next year in February. You got so many games releasing in February, and you got so many games releasing this September and October. It's like I have to sell a kidney or something to get all these games. It's so crazy. But overall, the E3 conference this year is probably one of the best in the last 5 years. I'm excited. It's a good time to be a gamer. What do you folks think or thought about the E3 conference this year for gamers? I mean, for consoles, mainly for consoles. You know, I don't really care about PC Master Race stuff, though I do have a PC and HTPC as well. I didn't really watch the PC conference and whatnot, but those are the conferences I watched. Was the EA, Microsoft, Sony, Ubisoft, Bethesda, and Nintendo. Those are the main conferences I watched. And what I thought about, and this video is mainly about that, what I thought about those conferences. I think overall it was a strong E3 conference, okay? And Microsoft, I mean, hit it out of the park. Then everyone just tried to catch up, I think, in my opinion. That's the feeling that I got from it. Let me know what you folks think about this year's 2018 E3. Yay? Nay? maybe in the middle. Let me know what you folks think. So yeah, this is Guddang775, just a mile boy in Texas. Hope you folks like this video. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to my channel for more videos every few days. If you didn't like this video, hit that dislike button. Let me know in the comments down below. I do appreciate the criticism. Guddang775, just a mile boy in Texas. Peace out.